I made a video talking about my son's incoming freshman night. My son's in the second half of his eighth grade year, so he graduates junior high in May, and then in the fall he begins high school. And so our high school does something called an incoming freshman night. All of the eighth graders got to go to the high school, hear some words be said by some of the teachers, superintendents, principals. They got to meet the various teachers, and then in the lunchroom, all of the athletic clubs, all of the sports teams for both the boys and the girls had a table, and the coaches were there, and some of the players for those teams were there, and incoming freshmen could go talk to those players and those coaches about the various sports. And then in the hallways of the school, all of the different clubs had tables set up, and the people that ran the club and people that were in the club. So, like, for example, the theater club, some kids that were in theater club were there, all dressed up in their theater stuff, and so forth and so on down the line. Anyway, we were talking about this incoming freshman night that my son went to, and that necessitated this person, random, faceless, coward internet troll, Ricky. Hopefully, he'll grow up to be an Republican. Um, it's a Republican first and foremost. So if you need a remedial English class, maybe you should think about going back to school. Um, Secondly, leave it to a simple-minded fuck like yourself to take something like an incoming freshman night an eighth grader and turn it into a Republican versus Democrat thing. Um, but to answer or to generally reply to your statement, as my wife did in written form to you, doubtful. Doubtful. If there's one thing I can say with pretty much certainty, is that I haven't and am not going to be raising Republicans. My oldest daughter, Ashley, is so far left, she makes me look like Reagan. Um, she is beyond left. She is tear it all down and let's rebuild on the ashes left. My daughter Magnolia is probably my most conservative child. And even she, in the very few conservative viewpoints and positions that she has, looks at what's going on in this country and the current Republican Party and thinks that it's an absolute fucking nightmare. My daughter Lily, fucking forget about it. She's just one step further right than my daughter Ashley. Lily is the daughter who believes that the everything's going to be okay in this country once we elect a woman president and we have an all-female Supreme Court justice. All for equal rights, all for equal protections, all for universal health care, some UBI, universal basic housing. I mean, just not even close to being a Republican. She's in her junior year at UIC, University of Illinois Chicago, in the heart of the city of Chicago. She's not coming out a Republican. And my son, who we're talking about in this particular video, is 14 years old, is growing up in a town where most of the kids that are around him are conservative in nature. The few friends that he has that are really, really close to him. And he's like his sisters. He has a few close friends, and then he has a bigger outer circle. The few friends that are close to him come from families of liberal values and democratic values, and then he has acquaintances and friends that come from conservative families and conservative values. But if you sat down and talked to this kid right now, you would know he's not going to be a Republican. No. Not even close. He believes in equal rights for people. He doesn't understand why people are concerned with who's marrying who as long as they're consenting adults. He has conservative viewpoints when it comes to maybe some fiscal stuff. He's a good saver. Like he likes to save his money. But outside of that, no, I don't. I think we're going to be 0 for 4 on raising Republicans over here. But as long as you continue to comment and boost the algorithms while enjoying the fact that I'm not raising a single goddamn Republican, nor are my kids, because I already have 2 grandchildren, and I can tell you they are not Republicans either. everything will work out just fine. Just keep boosting the algorithm. We'll keep making a living off of your ignorance and keep raising non-Republicans. Oh, by the way, if you out there are interested in knowing how to raise non-Republicans, raising people who have liberal ideals, treat them like human beings as they're when they're kids. You treat them like human beings. You show them empathy. You explain to them that everybody on this planet is the same. We're all human beings. We all have blood pumping through our veins, and we're all going to wind up in a hole in the ground at some point in time. Then you teach your kids to kind of look at life and the world through a different lens than you were raised through, and you can watch them formulate their own liberal ideals. It really is an amazing thing. Yeah, no Republicans coming out of this house, champ. Sorry. Not sorry.